3 o'clock in the fucking morning. 3 o'clock. The race started at 12 for me. Oh, what's wrong with starting a race at 3 o'clock Eastern and having it end by 7? What wanker pushed that back that far?
Hey there, folks. Thank you so much again for joining us for another episode of NASCAR Cup Dates. This weekend we found ourselves at Nashville, Tennessee, a very new track on the circuit. This has been in the Xfinity Series and lower divisions for a long, long time. And it's about time this track made its way all the way up to the big one, the Cup Series. And it put on a pretty good show last year, and this year did not disappoint. Oh, there was a lot of multi-groove racing, 3-a-side, 2 rows deep, and I had not seen 3-a-side racing that long, that hard. Oh man, that was fantastic. And who comes out on top? None other than... Ross fucking Chastain, the #1 car, the Melon Man, gets it done. Love him, hate him. I've got my own strong opinions about this man. He is exciting to watch, and he did not disappoint this weekend. But hey, without further ado, let's get to it.
Oh, we at NBC, we had Cousin Carl, and we had a fucking late start. Why? Stage 1 was so calm, just nothing, and I loved every second of it. Nothing, no one crashed, no one spun anybody out. It was just perfect. Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick battled for the stage win, 3 seconds ahead of third place. Kyle Busch almost blew a tyre. Would have made it that. Then they wouldn't, because I like Kyle now. He's had a good run now since he's been in Childress. All's forgiven. He stretched that car across the entire stage. Extra laps on that fuel run. Fair play to him. Fair play. Now, Tyler Reddick didn't actually win this stage. Noah Gragson won this stage for him. And in order to understand how that is possible, we have to take a trip back into the past, where Rick Ware didn't exist, where nobody thought it was a good idea to go down to that fucking Titanic. Who thought that was a good idea? Nobody thought that was a good idea. Rich people thought that was a good idea, and rich people are stupid. Clearly, 250k, and you have to sign a waiver that mentioned you were going to die 3 times. 3 times, and they still did it. And honestly, good. It's a good thing it happened. Anyway, back to the main point. Noah Gragson and Ross Chastain fought on the pit road in Kansas. All because Ross had put Noah into the wall. Now, Noah being lapped by Ross with Tyler Reddick right behind him held him up enough for Tyler Reddick to make the move, and Noah Gragson still got a 3 pass. What a legend. Tyler Reddick won stage 1. Now, during these pit stops, Kevin Harvick, who had been absolutely nowhere, and Kyle Busch, who had been absolutely everywhere, managed to grab themselves some speeding penalties and got sent to the rear, doing all that work all over again. But to start stage 2, orgasmic. What a race. 3 wide for 2 laps. I mean, no one giving so much as an inch, and then Martin Truex fucking comes in, has to ruin it for all of us, and just pisses off with the lead. It's all fine. We have pit stops to happen.
Reddick's around. Tires off. He's lost a wheel.
So one of the interesting incidents that happened during this race was with Tyler Reddick. We've seen this song and dance hundreds of times, it feels like, where a crew member just doesn't get one lug nut on and the wheel falls off and it's an extended vacation for himself and the crew chief. Reddick somehow manages to wheel the car around the entirety of this track and bring it back onto pit road before the wheel decides to say, "Thank you guys, I'm peacing out." Wheel falls off, but now back on pit road. And NASCAR has to say to themselves, well, the rule's very clear. The tire fell off on pit road. We can't hit him with that big of a penalty. And I'm sitting here slapping my knee, getting one hell out of a laugh out of this. I cannot believe what Tyler Reddick managed to do. That was incredible, and I could just not be more floored by that.
all in the middle of pit stops. What a time to be alive. Because now the people that pitted early are at the front. The people who pitted late are at the back. And we have another restart. Brad Keselowski don't know how to go forward. What can I say? He stacks everybody up, cars go around, and Ryan Blaney manages to smack right into the blue Oval City signage. I chuckled at that one. I chuckled once I knew he was okay. I chuckled at it. Kyle Busch, who had a pit road penalty, got caught up in that as well. Guy just can't catch a break at all. Another banging race occurred to end that stage where Denny Hamlin took home a W. It was green flag to checkers for that entire stage 3, so I thought it'd be a great time to shout out Bubba Wallace for making his 200th race. He has 2 wins. I've done the maths. That is 1 win in 100 races. His next win will come in early 2026. I don't make the rules. Numbers don't lie. What can I say? Ross Chastain, in order to win this race, had to get past Martin Truex Jr. Ross Chastain, in order to win this race, had to get past Denny Hamlin, both of who have been fucked over by Ross. But he did it cleanly. So Ross Chastain got to smash another watermelon on the front stretch, and he got a pretty cool guitar as a trophy. Now it's time for Dan's Strong Opinions.
And now we come on to my favorite part of the show, Dan's Strong Opinions. So, what strong opinions do I have for you guys today? This is a pretty simple one. Why do we not have safer barriers around the entirety of every track? Look, short of the pit wall, I understand. You need the pit wall design as it is so the crew members can easily go to and from the cars. But on the racing surface, if there's a wall there, it's there for a reason. I want to know, look, is this in the hands of NASCAR or is this in the hands of the tracks? Who ultimately decides who has the authority to say, well, this wall should have them, these walls all the way around, but this one's not exactly a high contact point. Look, the wall's there for a reason. The wall's put up because there's a chance a car is going to come down there. Safer barriers save lives. I've said it before and I've said it again. Safer barriers save lives. We need to put safer barriers up on any and every single wall that is on these racetracks. Short of the pit wall, there needs to be safer barriers and other safety devices in place. These are my strong opinions, and I am sticking to them.
Moving on to picks, and I am the combat king. I won with William Byron. So I am picking for Chi-Town, Chicago street course.
I mean, I think if we could make it a figure 8, it'd be perfect. It would absolutely be perfect here.
I want to take AJ Allmendinger. No particular reason. I just like the guy, and I think this is right up his street.
Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. So this weekend we're going to find ourselves at the Chicago street course. 100% untested with NASCAR Cup racing conditions. Drivers can sit in the simulators all they want. And as fans, as armchair crew chiefs, it's our job to sit here and say, who do we think has this at the end of the day? I got to look back at road courses throughout the last couple of years, and who has looked more dominant, by and large, than the number 45 of Tyler Reddick? How can I bet against this man? His record is stellar. Anytime that man is on a road course, he has it. He's a savant. He's right up there with the best of them. He is a threat week in and week out at road courses. Whenever it's coming down to the wire, it's going to be him and Chase Elliott, him and AJ Allmendinger. It's always the number 45 car, previously the 8, but now he's just there. And I cannot bet against this man, especially on a track that's as wildly unknown as the Chicago street course. Who better can I strongly pick in the number 45 car of Tyler Reddick.
That's all for this week, so make sure you're checking out all of our channels, and we will see you for the next one.
And once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of NASCAR Cup Dates. Man, this has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys again. I'm so happy the break's finally over, and every time we make an episode, that means we got to watch a race, and hopefully it was a good one. Thankfully it was. But now it's on to the Chicago Street Course. NASCAR deserves a street course. I want to see how it goes, especially with this new next-gen car and the way it handles so superbly on road course conditions. Anybody watching at home, please give us a like and a follow. It helps tremendously. We try to make these videos more and more for you guys. We want to give you the content that you love and enjoy. Give us a like and a follow. Let me know how wrong I am, how right he is. Give me a like and a follow over at Twitter, @CupDatesDan. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Want to hear your strong opinions. What do you think you loved the most about that previous race? What did you hate the most about it? Anything and everything, I want to know. Elliot, thank you so much for having me, and you guys have a good night now.
Cheers.